Oi oi, it's coffee time. Because one person on the live stream said they enjoyed coffee time, I thought I'd do my best to kill the channel further by doing coffee time. Yeah, should we do that? Not anyone cares. What's in the news? BA and EasyJet acts more than 150 flights today. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Interesting. Because these companies, because the travel industry were a bunch of shites and laid off loads of people, they're surprised that they overbook all these holidays and they haven't got any staff to cover it because they never came back. They got other jobs with better money and better prospects and maybe treated a bit better. Treat your staff badly, this is what happens. They thought they'd make some nice money. You end up with a load of disappointed people, again scrabbling to get away for I guess it's a bank holiday because we've got Jubilee holidays because of her Madge. Madge is gone platinum, and yeah, it's yeah. World War III has already started, apparently. Putin's TV cheerleaders rant that UK and America will pay a heavy price for interfering with the Ukraine war. How's it going? How's it going, Mr. Putin? How's it going? Is it going well for you? Do you remember it was all going to be done within a fortnight? Do you remember that? How's it going? It's not very good, is it? They say that Putin's got cancer and he's only got a few years to live. I say they need a second opinion. Can you get it a bit shorter? Maybe send him to a Ukrainian doctor. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? So we need that sorted out, don't we? But yeah, Slava Ukraine. This is it, Partygate. Oh God, do we have to keep talking about Partygate? For those of you who aren't in the UK, there's this thing called COVID. Do you remember that? And our stupid government introduced a load of draconian laws at the time. Again, I said they didn't affect me, and if they did, I would have gone out, in the middle of the night and avoided the police. But they brought in a load of draconian laws, and our fucking useless opposition waved them through because Keir Starmer's a twat as well. And we end up with this Partygate bullshit because people had a good time. People had a good time in number 10 when people were dying. Oh no, because we want our officials to be self-flagellating whilst they work in the public pay. That's what we want. Frankly, I don't care. I do not care. It does not bother me. Again, you've got to remember that Downing Street, number 10, it's Boris's home. It's also the place where he works. He's going to have a beer now and again. They're going to be leaving parties. There's going to be birthday parties, right? If he didn't celebrate all this stuff, they'd call him a heartless bastard, wouldn't they? They'd say what a heartless bastard he was. Now, you make me defend Boris Johnson and the Conservatives. I resent you for that, you stupid, horrible people. However, let me get on to my next point. You arseholes who want to see the back of Boris Johnson, and I do too, but what did we replace him with? Again, you didn't like Theresa May, and you got this. I predicted the Trump-Johnson future back in 2016, in March 2016, before all of this, before Brexit and before all of it, but you bastards wouldn't listen. You got what you deserve. But by doing this, by pushing this Partygate narrative, all those poor people that got massive fines, £10,000 in some cases, because they had held get-togethers. I read a story of a young fella who was a carer for his mum, and he got a job interview in London. So he drove down to London with his friend because he'd never driven to London before. Wanted a bit of support with him, and had the job interview, and then stopped over with his mate and had a congratulatory pint of lager in the car, and they both got fined for having a party. That's the world we live in. And you fucking clowns who are going after Boris Johnson means that innocent people like that will never be able to get their fines revoked or the criminal records that they've had collected. And that's why I resent you and I think you're idiots, right? So we go after Boris, got to go after Keir Starmer. Hopefully that arsehole will resign as well. But I ain't going to get rid of Boris Johnson because he's like an anal polyp. He's never going to leave, you know what I'm saying? All politicos are useless. We need some sort of revolution with me as your benevolent dictator, for I will change things. But this is why I have a whole issue with the Partygate narrative, because it means normal, regular people can never contest their fines now, because you're kind of reinforcing this in law, and you're saying that this is the right way to behave because you want us to live in fucking China or something. Kill the channel, Darren. Kill the channel. There we go. Shop prices grow at the fastest rate in more than a decade. So we go through a very bad period, 2 years of lockdown, and because the economy, and people wonder why everything's gone boom again. Well, because we have the war in Ukraine, which is the breadbasket of Europe. All the wheat and everything comes from there, which we use for bread, and more importantly, animal foodstuffs. That grain is used for that, and so this is passed on. If you can hear, you might be able to hear my neighbour shouting at her child through the walls, because we live next to peasants. It's really fascinating to see this. Everything is going up. Or we've got the energy prices, because again, no foresight by our politicos. Food prices, everything will just keep on rising. There will be no end to this, because we cannot take control of this, because the worst thing, in retrospect, governments around the world did was freeze the economy, because this is the result of that. Of course, there'll be people that bring in the whole Brexit narrative into it, but that's completely doolally too, isn't it, as well? It's because of the whole freezing the economy. There's been like a kickback to it, because a lot of these companies, hungry for the profits, hungry. Trying to see if there's anything else in the news today that we can talk about. Not really. Meanwhile, union chiefs want 4 more bank holidays to match the EU. More time off. For me, every day's a bank holiday. Oh, this is a sad story. Violent incidents of GP surgeries have doubled since 2017. Probably because it's so hard to get an appointment. Because more people, fewer doctors, do you think? And that's why people get angry? No, I think it's because, again, the quality of service we get at our... I've got to be careful, because I don't want my local surgery to see this and kick me out. They're brilliant. But I think it's all about the degradation of services across the country. I mean, you see it with trying to get a dental appointment. You can't, because dentists are more and more going private. That's why it cost me a fortune to get my teeth fixed after what happened because of the diabetes and that. Couldn't get an NHS appointment for love nor money. And I think we're seeing this reflected in local surgeries, because people are getting frustrated. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not condoning it. I think it's disgusting. But a lot of ill people are at the end of their tethers, and the NHS is one of those things that is we're kicking it. It's a can we kick down the road. You can throw as much money as you want, and until it is kind of run like a business, and people can complain and say they're not getting the service that they that they're paying for. If it was if the NHS was run like that, I think we'd see improvements. If all the money was accounted for, again, there's a lot of nothing's accounted for. We're just throwing money at it. Don't get me wrong. To make it sound I'm very anti NHS. I'm not. I'm very pro NHS. I think it's a sign of a civilised country that we have free at the point of source healthcare. But the way it's run and managed is incredibly poor, and we need to know where the money goes and make improvements, and get improvements in quality, so we don't have frustrated patients, customers, whatever you want to call them, and then we can move away from that. Also, anyone who attacks any, whether it's a doctor, nurse, fireman, policeman, emergency services, anyone, should instantly, that's a jail term. Just send them to jail, and that will stop overnight. And this is why you need me running the country, and not the current turds we have bobbing around in our political system, on all sides, I might add, on all sides. What else have we got? there's not a lot going on. It's just all. This is the story of Nico Brenner. He's a German rapper. He lost half of his skull. Let's have a look at him. Here we go. How about that? He lost half of his skull. How so? Well, he was in a gas explosion. I know it sounds terrible, you know. Oh, how did that happen? Well, in 2017, Brenner from Cologne in Germany was cooking cannabis oil. It really blew his mind, didn't it? But yeah, remember, kids, don't do stupid shit. Otherwise, you could blow half your skull. I think we'll end that one there. I doubt if there's anyone in the chat room, because, you know. Oh, Andrew's in. Because Andrew's the fella, he's the one that likes Coffee Time, I believe. I only did this, it should be called Andrew's Coffee Time, because he's the only person that tunes in. He says, hi Andrew. I haven't seen my doctor in for years and years, only seen a nurse for blood tests. Yeah, my mother was the same. She always says she'd been to the doctors, but it turns out when she died that she hasn't actually seen a doctor in many years, and it was just a nurse she was seeing. But she reported to me that, I've been to the doctors, so I thought, you know, everything was being tickety-boo. But, you know, it's how they do it. I haven't seen a doctor, even though I was diagnosed with diabetes. I never saw a doctor. Well, I had a phone consultation. I've seen a nurse subsequently twice for my feet. What, with my feet? Absolutely. But yeah, I don't even try and talk to a doctor about my condition, so I just get on with it. Again, there are people out there with proper illnesses that need I mean, I'm alright, I don't care. I'll get along. It doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna cry about it, but there you go. Anyway, hopefully this is fun. Hopefully Andrew's enjoyed this, because I've just done it for Andrew. Because at the moment I can't get arrested on YouTube. It's only my troll, the guy that does all the fake accounts, that gives me views, because nobody else is watching. Once I lose him, that's it. I'm finished. I'm washed up. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the ranting and raving, and you know, put on a bit of a show for you. Andrew gets it. Andrew's smart. He understands. So yeah, if anybody's watching, 4 viewers, no. Do you remember when I used to get 20 odd viewers? It was all those fake accounts. That's what it was. And who knows, maybe I'll do this again, because it's really easy. It's really easy to do this. And hey, it's some views, isn't it? It's a few views. Kill the channel, one video at a time. That's what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Is live stream finished now? No, I'm doing it here. Here we are. I'm live. Anyway. Have a lovely whatever, day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, and drink it up.